Good morning, students. Today, our class is English and we will study a new chapter, unit number 10, The Great Stone Face, part 2. I am reading textbook only two pages, page number 128 and 129, and rest of the pages I will read in next class. Okay. Uh, let's start The Great Stone Face 2. Many years passed. Ernest was now a man of middle age. To his neighbors, who never suspected that he was anything more than an ordinary man and familiar face, he was only a humble and hardworking, though thoughtful person. But what about the old prophecy? Was it ever fulfilled? Let us read and find out. The years hurried on and brought white hairs upon the head of Ernest and made wrinkles across his forehead and furrows in his cheeks. He was an old man, but not in vain had he grown old. More numerous than the white hairs on his head were the wise thoughts in his mind. And Ernest has ceased to be obscure, unsought for, understand, had come to fame which so many seek. He had become famous beyond the limits of the valley. College professors and even the active men of cities came far to see and converse with Ernest, and he received them with gentle sincerity and spoke freely with them of whatever came uppermost or lay deepest in his heart or their own. While they talked together, his face would brighten unawares and shine upon them as with a mild evening light. While Ernest had been growing old, God had granted a new poet to this earth. He too was a native of the valley, but had spent the greatest poet of his life in distant cities, pouring out his sweet music everywhere. Neither was the great stone face forgotten, for the poet had celebrated it in a poem. The songs of this poet found their way to Ernest. He read them after the customary style, seated on the bench before his cottage door. As he read, he lifted his eyes to the mountain. Oh, great stone face, he said, is not this man worthy to be your likeness? The face seems to smile but did not answer. Now it happened that the poet, though he lived so far away, had not only heard of Ernest but had thought much about his character and wished to meet this man whose wisdom walked hand in hand with the noble simplicity of his life. One summer day, therefore, he arrived at Ernest's door, where he found the good old man holding a book in his hand, which he read and then, with a finger between the leaves, looked lovingly at the great stone face. Good evening, said the poet. Can you give a traveler night shelter? Gladly, answered Ernest, and then he added, smiling, I think I never saw the great stone face look so hospitably at a stranger. These two pages I am just read now, and next class I will conclude the remaining pages. Okay, then see you in next class. Thank you very much.